What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Big Bike BMX. My name is Isaac, and today we are talking about the new 26-inch Torker Freestyle frame and fork. This thing is probably my favorite bike. This is a dream come true for me. You hear me talk about the Supercross AMX 250, the 26, the SX 250, the 26. Those are my favorite bikes. I always talk about those ones. You saw me ride the teal bike forever. I absolutely love that bike. From the minute I got the prototype to now, I was into that bike. Then what they did, Torker came out with this bike, which is the same geometry that I know and love, only now it comes with a double top tube. It comes with 990 front brakes. It comes with 990 back brakes. It comes with gyro tabs. I am so obsessed with this bike, y'all. This is everything I could have picked off of a dream list of what I would ask for in a 26-inch freestyle bike. This checks all the boxes and absolutely delivers on all of them. Let's talk about it. When you're at Torker's website, the Torker Freestyle frame and fork is what you're looking for. When you tap it, you will see that they have 20-inch short, 20-inch long, 26-inch Pro. The 26-inch Pro is what we're looking at here. All right, let's talk about what I love about this bike, the geometry. So starting with the top tube, 22.75 on the top tube. The chainstay, 16.25 in the rear. The head tube angle, 73. And the bottom bracket is 11.625. So let's talk about why that is so cool. So the steeper head tube means anything where you're spinning around the bike, anything that you're swiveling, balancing, stuff like this, all of that is easier because the head tube is steeper than on most big BMX bikes. The 22.75 top tube gives you a nice long distance. Put your arms where you feel like they should be. I'm not stretched out too far. It feels very comfortable. The other thing, the 11.625 bottom bracket, the bottom bracket being up this high means that I don't have to sit and press super far down on the cranks. The cranks are up taller, so I have more torque and I have more power because they're closer and my legs are more compact. My leg being at that 90 degree, being taller, makes it easier to pull up, makes it easier to control. Love that about this bike. So the geometry is really the secret sauce of all of these Torkers. And of course it is 4130 seamless chromoly throughout the frame. So it's gonna be strong, it's gonna be durable. Let's talk about the build. We're going to start in the back. I run the M80 from TNT, the M80 hoops on the front and the back. In the rear, I've got a Speedline. This is a Killer Buzz hub. It is a worm drive, high engagement, but versus a ratchet and pawl that you see on most other hubs, this one has more teeth connecting it when you engage, so it's a little bit stronger. Love that hub. I've got some parking lot punk pegs in the back. This is just a 990 that I had sitting on my other flatland bike, my 20-inch flatland. So I put it on here because this does run, you can see it has the removable brake posts, but it has the 990 brake post in the back. This is just a generic chain. Still running the Profile Elite AL cranks. I love these cranks. Easy to put on, easy to adjust, easy to tune, set it, forget it. Love that. Got the Evil Alloy flat pedals. Been running these for about 3 years. Love these. Think they're awesome. Got a Speedline seat post clamp. Odyssey. This is just an Odyssey seat post that I had sitting around. And then I have my Speedline Carrera RS seat. This is a great seat. Right underneath here, there is a cutout down the middle of the bike, or down the middle of the seat, that is a relief that's covered. So you get all of that relief for when you're riding, but you just don't see the big cutout like you do with a lot of seats. So gives you the relief you're looking for, but also doesn't have a big hole that's funky looking. You'll notice this does have a gyro. The way that I'm running the back brake, I have a single gyro cable that separates into the two, a generic gyro plate that I had. Then we've got the gyro. This is just a rant gyro, but any gyro will work. Got the gyro tabs down here. I run a single cable that goes from this right side and a single from the left. So this is now one single cable, goes all the way back to the cable stop, and then terminates at a NARP at one brake lever or at one brake arm, and the same on the opposite side, a single cable that goes all the way to the brake arm. That way, when I do pull the brakes and you look up here and you see the actual gyro go up and down, it's pulling evenly on both of those arms. Whereas typically, if you go back, you remember if we had the dual to single going at the bottom like we had in the 80s, you'd have a single line go back and you'd have that wraparound cable here that you'd have to pull. You lose a lot of your energy when you do it that way. So having two singles in the back really works well. That's the way you run the brakes on the 26-inch Torker Freestyle frame. Up here, I have a Supercross 48 millimeter front load FL stem. Love this because it's nice and short. And I have a Supercross hollow bolt. It's gold. I got this from Shane at BMX Ultra in Australia, so shout out to him. We're going to end at the flat line. These are racer bars, but I absolutely love the rise. I love the back sweep and the up sweep. 28 inches. I think they're very comfortable. Love them. Been running them for a couple years. I've got the Diacomp Tech 77 levers because that's what I grew up with and that's what I always ran. I love them. And then of course the Amy Pro Tri lock-on grips. These are 1.3s. The yellow is absolutely perfect. It matches this Torker logo really well. And they're very comfortable. These grips are lock-on, so they're really easy to put on and off. And then ending at the front, it does come with 26-inch forks and 990 posts that are removable as well. So if you want to run the front brake, easy to do. Run it down just like we always did. And then at the front, I've got a profile hub that I've been using on my other bike as well. It's disc compatible because on my other bike, I was running a disc brake here. So on the Supercross, they had a disc brake. This one, they run the 990s, just like we did as kids. So love this bike. Let's talk about some of the iconic features of the Torker. You have the front gusset with that fish mouth look in the front. They've kept that. You have the top tube gusset here, the bridge that goes between the double top tubes. Same thing I remember looking at on my classic freestyle bike when I was a kid. Same thing back here. You got a nice wide standing platform. And then if you look back behind the bottom bracket, you have that classic gusset back there. So they've done everything to match the look and feel of that Torker that you had when you were a kid or that you wanted, that you coveted. But now it's available in a bigger size because, hey, I'm not 5'4" anymore. I'm 6 foot tall. And so now I'm going to have a 26-inch version. And when you sit on it, it feels exactly the way your 20-inch bike felt when you were a kid. The amount you reach forward, the amount that you have in front and behind you, because it's a big 26-inch bike. When you look at it and you're riding it, it feels like the 20-inch bike that you had as a kid because you upscale the bike, you upscale the body, and it makes sense. So this is the Torker 26-inch freestyle frame. They make a 20 in two sizes for the top tube lengths, and then they make the 26. So let's talk about who this bike is perfect for. If you are new to the big bike scene, you're gonna love the features that this has. The size, the taller bottom bracket is gonna feel very comfortable to you. And if you rode in the 80s, you're gonna know this brand. You're gonna know the iconic look and feel, and you're gonna appreciate some of the nods that they have done with a lot of the gussets and things like that look and feel like the bike when we were a kid. The gyro, the 990, all of that is gonna look familiar. If you used to do flatland as a kid, like I did, you're gonna be used to doing tricks like this. It's gonna be easy for you to get back on because of the geometry. So if you're a flatlander or a skate park or a ramp rider back in that gold school era of freestyle, this is the bike for you because you're gonna be able to do all those old school tricks that you grew up with very easily on this bike. It's a perfect bike for that. And you can just ride your bike around the neighborhood with your kids at the same time. So it does everything, just like your 80s bike back in the day. Torker has also released a very limited number of these frames. So if you are a collector of rare frames, you're definitely gonna wanna pick one up for your collection because there's only 25 of these made. 24 are available because I've got one of them. So that's another thing. If you're a collector, you're definitely gonna wanna pick this up because you're not gonna find a lot of 26-inch big bike bikes with 990 tabs on the front and the back. I think there's only two that I can think of that have done this. and none of them were a Torker. So there you go. Enjoy your bikes. Go out and ride them. If you're in the market for a freestyle bike and you are an adult, or you have a larger body and you want to ride a more comfortable bike than say a 20-inch, if you're drawn to 20, they have a 20-inch version of this bike available for you. Go shred on it. If you are an older rider, maybe your knees aren't as great as they were when you were 12, then they do have you covered with a 26-inch version of this bike that's very capable to do the tricks you knew and loved when you were a child. So go have some fun. Take a look at the Torker 26-inch Freestyle. It's available at torkerracing.com, and I will see you out there shredding in the parking lot. Let's go.